Harawira hitched a ride to oblivion when he let .com on the Mana bus. Since then, Winston Peters took his own bus through Northland, riding off with the spoils, stealing the stronghold Northland seat from International. In a moment, Willie Jackson speaks to Hone. But first, is there still some love from Tai Tokerau voters for their fiery former MP?
Hone's been missing from the political landscape for 6 months. But when you lose big at politics in the north, some say you should treat yourself. Do you think Hone Harawira needs a haircut?
A fade.
He'd suit that, eh?
He'd suit a fade. Yeah, he was quite inspiring. I suppose it was cool because he'd like start up a big ruckus about things, get us all like, oh. I don't think he'll ever be forgotten. I mean, he's made too much of a footprint in North, and we all know who he is, and even like the ones younger than me and older than me, like we all know who Hone is, and he's done heaps of good work, and I think he'll always be around.
For some, he was too fleeting a visitor.
It's gone very quiet with him gone now. Yeah, but yeah, it's life.
Out the other side of politics, there are plenty of jobs the ex-politician suits.
Stand-up comedian.
But even those who support him reckon his association with Kim.com was just, well...
But weird. But one needs some pute there to boost up the Mana party.
Good to see you.
Must have been hooking up with that millionaire fella. Might have been the wrong hookup.
There's a few northern MPs now. But supporters reckon none quite hit the spot like Hone.
I don't think they equal him. His voice and his ability to sort of make impact and take that message back to Wellington.
Calvin Davis, yeah, he's aight.
Tōku whakaaro, mena ka urua Hone ki roto i te pōti mo te tūro o te Tai Tokerau anō, kei reira mātou i te tautoko iaia.
Much of the economy's been stalled here for decades. Some believe Hone did nothing to change that. Richard, do you miss Hone Harawira?
It'd be rude if I said no. Then no.
I don't see a lot of improvement in the north. Can't really put his name to anything that's been done on behalf of the north.
Personally thought his approach was just a little bit too aggressive. As the world moves on, I think we need to find a way of uniting as opposed to, yes, identifying the differences, but the push he puts on the differences is a bit much.
Well, those were some of the quite blunt opinions of Te Tai Tokerau voters. We've got Hone in the studio with Willie. Back to you two.
Kia ora. Well, Hone, what have you been doing? You've been busy in the community?
Yeah, actually busier now than when I was an MP. Not getting paid for any of it, but it's great being back home. Started a forestry course, restarted an old rugby league team, involved in working at our kura, helping other kura, trying to get this social services project going in Kaitaia, another one for our kaumata and queer, all of the sorts of things I used to do before I went to Parliament. So it's also a case of putting into action some of the things I used to talk about when I was inside.
Well, you made your name in the community. You're a great community organiser, and so are you saying Pākehā New Zealand, should be relieved, and Remuera should be relieved now because you're not going to go back into politics? You're thinking about not going back in?
Very good, Willie. Look, I'm getting a lot of support from Pākehā Remuera as it happens.
Yes. Well, they don't want you back in politics,
No. Who are missing the voice in there. They just don't. They don't see a voice being in there as a strong opposition to what government's doing. They see it from Campbell Live, they see it from various broadcasters, but they're not seeing it in Parliament. But that's that aside. I'm feeling very comfortable at home. I'm relaxed. I'm a lot healthier, a lot lighter. I'm out paddling a lot more.
So the fire's still there, right? You want to go back?
Oh, the fire will always be. Oh, that's different. The fire will always be there.
Do you miss it?
To make change. I don't miss Parliament. I never ever missed Parliament, even when I was in Parliament.
Yeah.
I appreciated the opportunity to be able to travel up and down the country to talk about the issues that were important. I appreciated the access to the media to raise those kinds of issues. And like as we were talking about the other week about what's happening in Australia, I would have liked the opportunity to go back there and continue to raise those issues as well as bring them back home to places like...
Well, this sounds like you've made your mind up and you are staying in the community. If you're going to go back, you're going to have a reconciliation with the Māori Party. There's going to have to be one Māori grouping. Otherwise, everyone's dead, aren't they? I mean, Māori Party dead after... Mana movement dead after the last election. If you work with Labour, the Māori Party will be dead. So are you looking at a reconciliation or not? That's the big question out there.
I'm not even looking. I'm not even looking. We've got our AGM coming up next month here in Auckland, I think 5th, 6th and 7th at Waipapa. Those mana members who are watching, and I know you'll all be watching because...
Marama Fox wants a reconciliation. She's been talking about it for some time.
Yes, she has. I think you made the point that the Māori Party is in a position to do something strong when we were on air the other week. We're about to come up to the budget time. Now's the time for the Māori Party to actually put a stake in the sand and say, look, if we're going to work with you, John Key, these are the things we want, and we want them now. You've just lost the Northland seat to Winston Peters. In response, we want these sorts of things if you want our continued vote. Because if they don't, they will be party to all of the decisions and all of the policies and all of the practices of this government for the next 2 years.
So you'd be great talking about reconciliation in terms of Australia, eh? You're really on to it. And, you're fabulous talking about... You're fabulous talking about Australia.
Keep you on. You should go to politics, mate.
But there seems a bitterness still, eh? You're a bit bitter. You didn't get back in. You don't want to reconcile with the Māori Party, is that it?
Not at all, Willie. Not at all.
No.
I get on famously well with Te Ururoa on a personal level.
Right.
I don't...
When you talk about Tipene, right?
Yeah. I don't really know Marama that well, but we don't seem to have any major differences, so that's not the issue. The issue is that the longer the relationship between the Māori Party and the National Party continues, the worse and worse Māori get in the social welfare statistics. We're getting worse off in housing, worse off in justice, worse off in welfare, worse off in employment, just worse off right across the board. So, that relationship isn't helping Māori. Now, I don't want to get signed up to a party that's locked into a government that is doing so many disastrous things to Māori.
I think we got the point. No go at this stage.
No. The door's open. The door's always open, but they need to make a strong stand. Budget time is always a good time to do that, Willie. I would sincerely hope they can.
We got the point. Thanks very much, Hone, and good luck with that community work. Kia ora.
Thank you very much.
So the door is always open to a merger. Willie Jackson will never give up on that one, I don't think. Coming up after the break, a pivotal game for the Hurricanes yesterday when they took on the Crusaders. And when you're on top of your game and can slip into the best back line in the country's Super 15, some good has got to come of it.